Another one of those so-called satellites crashed on a backyard, this time in the United States. As always, this one was also attached to a balloon. When will people realize that there are no satellites in space? They are all high-altitude balloons, as they have been since the 1950s. Here you see some photographs taken with a Nikon P1000. NASA is the #1 consumer of helium in the whole entire world. NASA used sandkill teams back in the 1950s when retrieving these balloons. Nobody was supposed to see these balloons, and these kill teams were given permission to shoot dead. Anyone who witnessed these crashes, research whistleblower Robert Bassano. He also exposed Hubble and Sophia as being a modified Boeing 747. There is a firmament above us. No one leaves Earth.
Some people say that radio waves travel indefinitely because they want to claim that there was a telephone call from the Earth to the Moon. Yeah, and I searched, and NASA says that radio waves have a range of from 1 millimeter to 100 kilometers maximum. Okay, so these people who defend NASA so much should check what NASA says. Okay, because definitely we didn't have a phone call from the Earth through radio waves to the Moon, which doesn't have a radio station to throw the signal back, by the way, you know. So it's impossible. Even with a giant station that can get to the Moon, how did the radio waves get back? Number one. And the Moon is way more far. It's farther than 100 kilometers. So I say they lied to us. And there's a NASA information link in Google for you to check, since you love Google and since you love NASA anyway.
All right, 2 major deceptions for a spinning sphere Earth. First of all, evolution. Second of all, aliens. So, 1500s, Copernicus and Newton developed a system called the sphere spinning ball Earth, took away the flat Earth model, and when they did so, it paved the way for evolution. They put the sun at the center of the universe instead of the Earth being the center of God's creation. When they did this, it paved the way for Charles Darwin and evolution. People stopped trusting the Bible, and they started trusting science, falsely called science. And second thing is aliens. So when you have the Bible, you have the first heaven is where the birds fly, second heaven is where the sun, moon, and stars are, in the firmament, third heaven is where God sits on a throne, right next to his sun, right above the circle of the earth, and the earth is like a footstool. And a footstool has legs, and an earth has pillars. Kind of interesting how God uses all these things in the Bible to point to us truth. And so, the alien invasion, the aliens, all these movies, the Pope, he pushes aliens. The President, they all push aliens. You would not have aliens, you do not have extraterrestrial life if you have a biblical flat earth model, because everything is below the firmament, the second heaven. And God is right above that. God is not in another dimension. He is not 8 billion light years away. The universe is not always expanding. He is right above us. He sees everything that we do. So in that system, there's no room for aliens. There's no room for a potential alien invasion. That's why I think there's a deception. There's a huge deception coming in our future where supposedly maybe some aliens will come down and help humanity in some way. And people will start trusting the aliens instead of trusting in God. 2 dangers: evolution and aliens, when you believe the sphere spinning ball Earth instead of the flat Earth that the Bible talks about. Thanks.
Hey Siri, what's Earth's curvature per mile?
Here's an answer from worldatlas.com. The Earth curves at about 8 inches for every mile squared. For more, say open this on iPhone.
Right. Why is 8 inches per mile squared on the side of a globe? Like, why would they print it on the side of the globe if it was proper? Yeah, they do. I'm actually looking at a picture of one right now.
Show it.
Let's look at my screen and let's see. Let me pull this up. Share screen. Boom. And this here. This is printed on the side of a globe.
Can
curvature of Earth, surface.
Zoom in more?
Sure.
Oh, very nice.
And
that's on the side of the surface. Yep. All right.
And that
and
being
there's
on the
actually
side of
a
a globe.
picture of it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Interesting. Interesting, yes. That's interesting. A 24,901-mile ball has the convexity of approximately 8 inches per mile squared. Earth does not.
I will never change. Never, ever.
It blows my mind how in 2023 you all still believe that the Earth is round. And before you think I'm crazy, just hear me out. So if we were to get a helicopter and float it in the sky for 12 hours, why will it always land in the exact same spot that it left? But this doesn't make sense because it should land on the complete opposite side of the Earth because it's a 24-hour cycle. It should be rotating underneath it. You know what model this would make sense on? Before you all say it's the atmosphere that moves it, which it isn't, because if that were the case, then planes going a certain way would be way slow and planes going the other way would be way faster, against the rotation or not. Even Albert Einstein said the Earth is a motionless planet. This is why even though we're spinning and rotating the sun and moving through space at 1,000,000 miles an hour or whatever, that stars still always stay in the same spot like polar is. This is why you all need to stop trusting anything NASA says.
Aliens are the final card. I'm quoting Wernher von Braun, founder of NASA, former Nazi space scientist, absorbed by the US after World War II. The same guy that wrote a fictional novel about a boy who colonized Mars, and his name happened to be Elon Musk. And this book was written 50 years ago. If the same guy who was able to predict Elon Musk, basically create rockets and space travel, told one of his closest associates before he died that aliens would be their last card. What he means by that is that when we see aliens and we have to build counter defense systems to aid us against the impending alien attack, that's how you know that that is their last card they can play before the Messiah comes to redeem us all. His words, not mine. We all need to get our hearts right, our minds right, and focus on what really matters in this world. Our relationship with the Creator and with His Son, Yahushua HaMashiach.